Okay, we're getting there. So we are live. Let's see. Okay, we are live on YouTube. All right, welcome everyone to StarMax School. Today we're going to talk about Real Estate Principle Chapter 13 and 14. OK，今天欢迎你们来我们这个美心学校了。OK，今天我们会讲房地产课章节13到14。OK，13是房地产税这方面。OK，Chapter 13 we talk about taxation in real estate, and Chapter 14 we talk about licensing, education, and associations. OK，章节14的话，我们会讲 OK 怎么可以拿我们的牌照 OK 教育加上会员这方面 OK。好，我们开始Chapter 13. Okay, many people do not realize taxation. Okay, taxation is a big part of our lives. Okay, so if you look at the slogan, right? Basically, you can avoid the two things, right? The famous, they say death, okay, and taxes, okay. So through one's life, okay, in America, okay, eventually you're gonna die, right? Everybody knows that, right? So, and also you have to pay taxes, okay, even after you die, okay. 美国有一句话 OK， 就是我们的人生里面只有两样东西 OK， 死亡加上了赋税 OK， 人一定有续续的嘛 所以呢这个就跑不掉了 OK， 加上呢你跑不掉的话就是赋税 OK， 所以我们这个税 right taxes involve how many things OK， 它包括什么东西 Okay, let me change the color. Okay, so it involves your income. Okay, 你收入也有赋税 Okay, and B, okay, your real estate tax. Okay, these are tax. Okay, so what else? Okay, whatever you buy, right? Sales tax. Okay, and D, okay, other taxes. Okay, miscellaneous. Like what? When you buy gas, when you buy liquor, right? When you buy firearms, okay? 还有什么东西有税的 OK？ 你加油啊 ，right？ 也有税的，含税里面。酒啊 ，right？ 酒庄它也收这个税 ，OK？ 加上呢，这些军火 ，right？ 这个枪子弹等等 ，right？ 都有抽税的 ，OK？ 所以跑不掉 ，right？ 你的收入有税 ，OK？ 房地产的税 ，OK？ 你买东西这个 sales tax 这个税 ，OK？ 也有其他的税 ，OK？ So everything here is about taxes, okay? So this is what we're talking about, okay? 我们会讲这个税这方面。Okay, so specifically on real property, okay? 我们只有讲房产税 ，okay? You have your property tax, You have your special property tax. This is for new development, right? 新区这方面的话 ，right？ 因为有钱呢来盖这个街道啊 ，right？ 公园啊 ，right？ 这个灯啊 ，right？ 这个什么东西都有钱的，所以谁付这个东西呢 ？OK？ 政府先付，后面呢屋主来付 ，OK？ income tax， right？ When you make money from rent， right？ 你收租 ，right？ 也有付税啊 ，right？ 因为你是收入。Gift and inheritance tax，OK？ 礼物跟这个遗产这个税 ，OK？Documentary transfer tax， this is for paperwork，OK？They just collect a fee， right？ 这个是做几张的记录啊、登记啊等等，哎，还有复印啊等等这个费用，它就叫 documentary transfer taxes，OK， 转让的税。Okay, main thing on what we talk about, okay, there's one word, 一个单词 ，okay， 你要记住 ，you have to remember ad valorem tax, okay. What does ad valorem means, okay? It means tax according to value. 你值多少钱 ，OK？ 越高，你的税就越高 ，OK？ 一个比例 ，OK？ 100%的比例。So typically it's 1%. Okay. In Rancho Cucamonga 1.1, Los Angeles 1.25. Okay. But new development, right? With other supplemental taxes, it goes 1.9, 1.8. Okay. Some of them is even 2.1. Okay. So it's getting up there with the new development. Okay. 新区的话 ，OK， 它是1.8、1.9、2.1都有的。OK。普通的话，好像我们这个城市 Rancho Cucamonga，OK， 这是1.1。洛杉矶呢 ，OK， 就是1.25。OK。OK， 但是这个单词 ad valorem 你们要记住 ，OK，this will be a test question. Okay, what does ad valorem means according to value? Okay， 跟着你这个价值走的。Okay. Alright, county assessor. Okay， 这个呢就是标你们房产的价位。OK， 估价了。OK。The county officer who is responsible for determining the assessed valuation of land, improvement, and personal property used as a residence or in business. Okay. 他就看你这个地皮、房楼加上你这个设备 ，OK， 在一个住宅里面还是你在一个生意里面 ，OK， 它是有抽税的 ，OK。我以为你做生意一点费用都不付 ，OK， 照样付这个税 ，OK， 这个税就是你们business license，OK， 的额外一种税 ，OK。This is the property value 这个税。All real property is assessed except, okay, that which owned by the government. Okay, governmental property like the White House, Pentagon, right? They don't get taxed. Okay, because they don't need to do the accounting. Okay, it comes in and then goes out again, right? So they are exempt. Okay， 政府的房楼的话 ，OK， 好像白宫啊、五大厦 ，OK， 他们没有税的 ，OK， 为什么呢？他收完那个税就放回去自己去用，哎，所以呢，他免税。OK，all tangible personal property which used in business is also assessed. OK， 你私人财产你在办公室里面的，你的公司里面的也有税的 ，OK。你值多少钱，他就抽你多少税 ，OK， Okay, county tax collector. Okay, a county officer who collects the property taxes. OK， 这个人员工作人员名字叫 collector， 他专门去收这个税金的。OK， 他不管这个他不是这个判断你要付多少钱的税。OK， 这个 assessor 交给他这个单子。OK， 这个房子你都要收2000块的税。OK， 他就要去收这个税。OK，so they do not assess property or levy taxes. Okay, they just go and collect. Okay, require tax sale if taxes are not paid. 如果你不付税的话 ，OK， 他要给你一段时间 ，OK， 然后呢，他的拍卖的房子来付这个税 ，OK， 等上我们会讲到这边 ，OK，so we'll talk about the tax sale later. Okay. All right, Proposition 13. Okay, this number you have to pretty much memorize. Okay, this is concerning about how each house is being taxed. 这个法律的 Proposition 13呢，13 OK， 就是讲给我们听 ，OK， 政府怎么去在房屋这边抽税 ，OK， 用什么方式、什么比例来做。So limits the amount of property taxes to a maximum of 1% of the March market value. OK， 它是1975年开始，它就是maximum OK， 最多它只能收1% 的税，每一年哦 OK，that's every year OK。There is a cumulative increase of 2% in the market value for each year since 1975. OK， 它跟着这个2% 就是经济膨胀 OK， 一路增加上去。比如说你税是100块 OK， 明年呢就会102块，加 2% 上去。So what does that mean? That means if your current tax is $100, okay, next year they add 2%, so they add $2, so it become 102, okay, $102 for next year's tax, okay. All right, property improvement made after March 1st, 75 are added to the value in the year they are made. Okay, so if you put in, solar system, right? You add on a bedroom, a pool, right? Etc. 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 Okay, it will increase, right? The value. Okay， 它是说，如果你加建，一个套房，还是你加一个泳池，等等，你这个价值都会升高了。Okay. If property is newly constructed or sold, the tax is 1% of the sale price of the market value, whichever is greater, plus the 2% cumulative increase each succeeding year. Okay， 一个全新房子的话，也是买卖的时候这是1%。OK， 然后呢，明年呢就会增加 2%， 后年也是增加 2%， 一路加上去。Okay. All right, so this is the summary. Okay, ad valorem according to value. Okay， 这个单词 ad valorem 意思就是跟着你的价值走的。Okay, Proposition 13. Okay, 1%. Okay, and every year it increased 2% of the tax. Okay, not the value. Okay. 所以呢，这个法律就是1%。OK， 每年增加在你税的部分的话，增加 2% 上去。Alright, so there's other tax laws. Okay, so this too is similar. Okay, 60 and 90. Okay, Under condition, homeowner may be permitted to transfer the current proposition tax base with them when they move. OK， 这个是给老人家的。OK，if you're 55 or older, right, you replace a home of equal or lesser value, purchased within the 2 years of the original sale. New home is in the same county or participating county. Okay, if it's the same county, it's proposition 60. Different county is 90. Okay， 这个法律是说，如果你55岁以上的话 ，right， 你换房子的时候，价值是等于你以前的房子还是小于你以前的房子？然后呢，2年之内 ，OK， 你就可以，把以前的税 ，OK， 跟你新的房子的税一样 ，OK， 同一个 county 政府的话，就是60，不同的话，它的这个法律就是90 ，OK， 这样子来判断 ，OK。Alright, property taxes become a specific lien, okay, on January 1st, okay. 他们那个房地产税 ，right， 政府会压着你的房子来收这个税 ，OK， 什么日期呢？1月1号 ，okay. So property taxes due upon real property are in effect lien against that specific property, okay. Business personal property, trade fixture also become a lien, okay, on that same tax bill. So all businesses, right, they also have to pay this business personal property taxes. Let's say you have equipment in the restaurant that is worth like 50K, right? You have to pay taxes on that 50K, okay? 给你一个例子，如果你餐厅有5万块的设备 ，right， 你有付一个税，这个额度就5万块的价值 ，okay? Okay, here's an example of a tax bill. Okay, so if you look a little bit closely, okay, total tax due is 3,000, right? They split into 2 bills, 1,600 each. Okay, so 3000块 ，OK， 1年的税，它收2期的 ，OK， so it is 1600多，1600多 ，OK， 每一期。Now look at the specific, right? Community college, $96, right? Unified school, $351, okay? So we're talking about a lot of money going to schools, right? Out from this whole total, okay? The general tax or agency, right? 1%, see that 1%? Is 2,600 for this house, okay? The other stuff that get added on to it, right? Okay, are these items here, okay? The parks district, okay, county and LA City, okay, $5, $14, right? They even look at LA West Nile mosquito, okay, control, right? They add that there, $10, okay? 你看这个基本的税 ，right， 这是1%，OK， 其他的东西它加上去，这个可能是洛杉矶的，它加起来是1.25，OK。然后你看其他的大部分呢这是学校的，你看大学 ，OK， 然后其他的小学、中学、幼儿园等等 ，OK， 都400多块了 ，OK。然后其他的东西，譬如说淹水的 ，OK， 公园的 ，OK， 还有蚊子毒蚊子的 ，OK， 怎么去控制毒蚊子 ，OK， 处理毒蚊子，它这个10块钱，11块了 ，OK。 所以它有很多的东西含了在里面 ，OK， 给他们的城市、他们的屋主 ，OK， 一个服务了 ，OK。Alright, so let's look at the timetable, okay? Timetable, okay? 我们看看那个时间表怎么说付税。So January 1st, remember I told you, okay? Property tax become a lien on your real property, okay? 它就1月1号，它就压你房子 ，okay？ 在纸张上面 ，okay？ 你这个房子欠我多少多少税，今年它就宣布出来了 ，okay？So fiscal year starts at July 1st and it ends June 30th, okay？ 他们那个年份什么时候开始？7月1号。什么只有结束6月30号 ，OK。所以税这方面的话，你们要注意了 ，OK。这个年份就是7月1号开始的。So remember, right, when you ever talk about property tax, right, the fiscal year is July 1st, not January 1st, okay? But they put a lien on your property on January 1st, okay? Now, so they take your first installment is due, okay, in November 1st. And the second is February 1st. Okay. So this is 11, 1. This is 2, 1. Okay, that is due. So we just memorize, right? Your first one due, your first tax bill due is November 1st, 111, okay? 111, 111, right? Your first one, first bill, okay? Don't think November is at the end of the year and it's the second bill. No, 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 okay? First bill is November 1st because they started late, okay? July 1st. Second bill is the year after, right? So 2-1. So you see a 2 in there, it's the second bill. Okay? 好，我们这样子去记住 ，OK？ 第一张税单你要付，这是10月1号，所以你看111 ，OK？ 这是表示是第一张1，OK？ 第二张的话，这是2月1号21，OK？ 你看那个2在里面的第二张，记住 ，OK？ 不以为2月份的就是2月份比11月早，它应该是第一张，不是 ，OK？ 2月份的是第二张 ，OK？ 11月的就是第一张 ，OK？ You get until the midnight, not 5 p.m. Okay? December 10, that's the deadline. Okay? After that, they charge you a 10% penalty or more. Okay. The second one, April 10. Okay. 什么时候到期过了 ，right？ 就是12月10号。OK， 他给你1个月10天来付这个税。第二期的话，他给你长一点 ，OK？ 他给你2个月10天来付。Okay? So you have an acronym, right? November 1st, December 10, February 1st, April 10, okay? And it's NDFA, right? No darn fooling around. Okay? 税就是不是开玩笑的 ，OK？ 你必须要付。OK？ 所以11月1号的单子，哎，你不用超过12月10号来付。OK？ 2月1号的单你就不用超过4月10号来付。OK？ 大家记住了 ，OK？No darn fooling around. OK？ Let's look at a property tax proration problem. OK？ 我们看看，他可能考试的时候问你什么东西 ，OK？If this is proration, OK？ 就是怎么去分配 ，OK？Who owes whom how much, OK？ 他可能买房子 OK 什么时候结束 OK 以前的屋主付多少税，后面的屋主 OK 新的屋主欠多少税 OK Alright, if the seller of a subject property has paid both the first and second installment, okay, taxes for total annual bill of $27.60. Okay, stop. Okay, so think about it. Okay, so they pay first and second installment, right? So what happened, right? So they pay what? The July. It starts in July, right? And then they pay all the way to June 30th, right? July 1st. So they pay the whole year, right? Second year, okay? So you have to know that, right? Even though, it's prorated, right? I mean, the taxes is due, okay? So when you're looking at that, okay, what is the proration of the property tax for both the seller and buyer if the buyer take possession May 1st？ 他就问，如果这个房子交易是5月1号的话 ，right？OK，、怎么去分配这个钱 ？OK， 谁该付多少钱 ？OK， 他们说 OK， 这个房子呢，第一期跟第二期已经付清了 ，OK，2760块 ，OK。So how do we do that, right? So we know May 1st. May 1st is where? Okay, somewhere in here, okay? May 1st. So looking at this timeline picture, right? It transacted here, okay? The new owner, okay, is responsible from May and June, right? So that's 2 months, okay? And the original seller, right? They pay the whole bill already, right? So what happened, right? So buyer, the new owner, have to pay the seller back 2 months worth of taxes that he paid. Okay, so looking at the big picture， 所以我们看 ，OK， 5月1号交易的话 ，right， 后面的这是新的屋主了 ，right， 这个 buyer 买主的负担，所以他是5月份、6月份 ，OK， 他有2个月负责这个税，但是你看那个以前的屋主，来卖房的屋主，他已经付了1年了这个税 ，OK， 所以呢，他有付2个月的税单这个额度给这个卖主 ，OK， 现在明白了 ，OK， 所以我们读下去。So remember, escrow prorate using sellers assess the old, right? The old assess bill, OK， 他用旧的税单来做的 ，OK。新的税单就是新的 buyer 了，他不管 ，OK。The first step is to determine the amount of taxes per month。每一个月是多少钱嘛 ，right？ 所以他用2760除个12。Okay, so divide this by 12 and you get 230. Okay, 所以这个1年的数值除个12 ，OK， 每个月是230块。Since the seller paid the property tax to the month of June, right, the end of the fiscal year, which is July 1st through the 30th. Okay, that's what we're talking about, right? The whole year, okay, they pay until there. Okay, 他就说屋主已经付1年的税，从7月1号到6月30号了。Okay, the buyer took possession on May 1st. 2 months of the pay prop are owed to the seller. Okay, 他欠卖主2个月的税。The buyer would owe the seller for 2 months, and the amount would be $460. Okay, 2 times 230. So when a property is sold, the buyer will receive one new property tax bill, but it may followed by another updated tax bill referred to as supplemental property tax bill. Okay. 它会增加它的额度，这个税 ，OK， 因为他可能买的房子价钱比以前高了，所以它的税也增加了 ，OK， 这个是另外 它有负的 ，OK， 它补充上去。So this is pretty much the understanding of the fiscal year, right? Now, if you do not remember this, okay, and you use, oh, they pay 1 year, right? January to December. All right, if you use this and they close on May 1st, okay, then they owe, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, right? So if you use this timeline, right, then the buyer will owe how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 months times 230, right, equals what? Okay. 1840. Okay. And this is gonna be answer A on the test. Okay. It's first wrong answer. Okay. They give it to you. Okay. The wrong answer, A. This is how they're gonna trick you, right? If you don't remember that it's June to June 30th, okay, you use January 1st to December 31st, right? Then you got it wrong, right? 如果你用1月份到12月份来付税的话，你就错了 ，OK？ 你看，它5月1号交易的话，就是5月6、7、8、9、10、11、12 ，OK？ 总共8个月 ，OK？ 它有回这个 seller， right？ 所以8乘230就1840块。它第一个答案给你 A 就是1840块，错的答案。所以这个你要注意 ，OK？ 税这方面的话，必须要用7月1号到6月30号。So always remember, right? The fiscal year is from July 1st to June 30th. Okay, I could not stress how many people, how the student they use this, and it's wrong. Okay, do not use January 1st to December 31st. That's not a fiscal year. Okay, tax fiscal year is July 1st to June 30th. Okay, 税的年份是7月1号到6月30号，记住。Alright, supplemental tax bill. If you buy a house, right, next year come January 1st, they reassess it. Okay, right away they give you a new tax bill. 如果你买房子 ，OK， 下个1月1号的话，它从估价 ，OK， 给你一个新的税单。Okay, homeowners property tax exemption. Okay, so if you live in the home, you could claim some discount. Okay, you could claim $7,000 off of your value. Okay, your valuation. So if it's 1%, right? You're talking about how much? Okay, 1, 2, right? $70 discount. OK， 因为你寄住屋的话 ，right， 它给你一个优惠，什么优惠呢？你的价值它减7000块出来，不是你的税减7000块 ，OK， 你价值减7000块，但是税的话大部分是1%，OK， 1% 7000块就是它优惠你40块 ，OK， 不多也不少 ，OK，so remember that, OK，and to claim that, you have to file it between January 1st and April 15th. And you have to have lived in there since March. Okay, 你3月份应该有住的在里面 ，OK， 然后你1月份到4月中就可以宣布你有这个优惠 ，OK。So that's to get the full exemption. Okay, if you missed it this year, next year claim it. Okay, after you claim it, every year you get the $70 off. Okay， 你就申请一次了。OK， 之后呢，就是每年都免那个70块，那个7000块出来。Okay, homeowners and renters property tax rebate. Okay, so if you're a renter, right, you have similar. Okay, 8500. Okay， 因为你租房了，它也有这个优惠了。Okay， any resident 62 or older, okay, with income less than 12,000, okay, you get this extra $15, right? Instead of 7,000, you get, okay, 8,500, okay, 8,500. Or a person under 62 who are totally disabled must own and occupy the home. A similar program provides rebates for renters. Okay， 他就说你62岁以上的，你工资每年小于12000，还是你62岁以上，但是你就残废的 ，OK， 可以有这个优惠，但是呢，你必须有这房子归你的，属于你的，然后你住了在里面 ，OK， 租客 ，OK 也有差不多一样的优惠了 ，OK。Alright, disabled and senior citizens property tax postponement， 它可以延期 ，okay, delay, postponement, that's what it means, right? But eventually you have to pay it up, okay? 这个不是免税 ，OK？ 后面的话你必须要付的 ，OK？ 62 year older with less than 24,000 income per year， 你必须要62岁以上 ，OK？ 然后赚钱24000每年以上 ，OK？Program offer option to having all or part of the taxes paid by the state， 州政府帮你付 ，OK？A lien, right? 它押你的房子 ，OK, is placed on the property for the amount the state has paid. 州政府 pay 多少，它的押多少在你房子。This lien is payable when taxpayer moves or dies. OK， 这个抵押就因为他搬走了，哎，可能他卖房了，哎，有付的还是他死亡了。Okay, 有付。The state gains title to the home if person dies. Okay， 如果他没有后人的话 ，right， 这个房子都归州政府的了。Okay， 他都没收你的房子。Alright, veterans exemption. Okay, you have additional $4,000. 军人的话，多优惠4000块，就是多40块。So this is a $40 more discount, okay, for veterans. Okay, for California resident who served in the military during the time of war, right? 他打仗当兵，还是他的配偶 ，right？ 军人死了，他的配偶也可以拿到这个优惠。Widow, mother of deceased veteran, okay， 也可以拿到。Pension, father or mother of deceased veteran, okay， 也可以拿到这个优惠。这是兵人的配偶 ，okay， 还是他妈妈，兵人的妈妈，死亡的兵人的妈妈 ，OK， 还是他有这种 pension， 有这个退休金的，也可以拿到这个多40块的优惠 ，OK，limited to property assets at under 5,000。Okay, for disabled veteran who qualify, the assessment limit can raise up to 100,000。它有些限制在里面的了 ，OK。So they have some limitation of how they evaluate, okay, your property. Alright, tax exempt property. ，OK， 免税的房产。All federal, state, county, city government, OK, is exempt. 所有联邦政府、州政府、county 政府、市政府的房楼免税。So the federal government owns 45% of the California land. OK， 加州所有的地皮 ，OK， 联邦政府是地主 ，OK， 它是45%所有的地了 ，OK。All right, other groups, right? Religious, charitable, medical, and educational property, non-profit. OK， 教会啊，来慈善啊，医疗啊，这个教育，这是房楼也是免税。OK，50% of all grown crops, young orchid trees, immature timber, and young grapevines. OK，其他的优惠的税，它优惠一半的税，就是果树，right？这是年轻的果树 ，OK， 这是新的果树，木材加上了葡萄 ，OK， 这免一半的税 ，OK， 那他鼓励你种这些东西 ，OK， property tax appeal. Now, if you don't agree with the tax, you could appeal it, right? 你可以上诉 ，right？ 如果你觉得税太高了 ，right？ A claim that the property has been unfairly assessed. Okay, who do you go to? You have to go to County Board of Equalization. Okay, the Property Tax Appeals Board. Okay, they will consider the case and reduce, right, or increase, or set a new assessment. Okay, 他们看完你的 case 之后呢，他可以压低的税，他有可能提高你的税 ，OK？ 因为为什么呢 ？So why increase, right? They come to your home, they see you renovated your kitchen, right? You added a bedroom suite to the backyard. You put in a pool, right? You put solar, everything, right? Oh, we did not, assess your other improvement. So instead of going down, right, it went up. So be careful when you do the appeal. Make sure that everything is accounted for. Okay, they come in and look at all the nice things that you have. Okay, they would increase rather than decrease. Okay, so be careful. 你要注意咯，如果你房子加建啊，来有用湿、有太阳能等等，来什么都是好的，哎，你丢钱进去，他一来看到，哦，我们没有算这些东西进去啊，他一算进去，他还增高你的税了 ，OK？ 所以小心一点。Property tax appeal should be made between July 2nd and August 26th. Okay? That's the window that you request the appeal. Okay? 你只有这个窗口 ，OK？ 7月2号到8月26号去做这个上诉 ，OK？ Alright, let's talk about delinquent tax sales. Alright, so this is how they collect the money if you don't have the tax. Okay, so whose job is it to collect the tax? The collector, right? And they will publish a list of delinquent properties. Notice of intent to sell by June 8th. So the end of the fiscal year is what? June 30th, right? OK， 它的年份底就是6月30号 ，OK， 所以它6月8号它出一个黑名单出来 ，OK， 所有就是房楼 ，OK， 在这个课本里面的话，我们就拍卖了 ，OK， 去收这个税。Owner then has 5-year redemption period. OK， 他给屋主5年的时间去付这个税。Okay, so what does that mean? That means, you know, it's 1 year already, right? That they didn't pay the tax. Okay， 他已经到年底了 ，right？ 就已经1年了 ，right？And then you add 5 more, right? So actually 6 years if you don't pay, then they sell your house. Okay, all right. So how do you pay them back? 你付什么费呢？去把房子赎回来。Okay, it may be redeemed by anyone. Okay, not only the owner. Okay, so investors or whoever, right, want to buy your home. You have to pay the taxes, right? The interest on it, right? The cost and redemption penalties. This is typically a 10% or more because these are paid to other investors who put the money up for you. Okay, that's another way to make money. Okay, anyhow, okay, these are the items that you need to pay. Okay， 你怎么赎这个房子回？你要付清什么东西呢？当然是这个税了，利息 ，OK， 费用加上了它罚金，罚金这是 10% 以上了 ，OK。Buyer obtains a certificate of redemption， 它有一个收据叫 certificate of redemption。Alright, so let's look at the timetable here. Okay, so if owner does not redeem within 5 years, property will be deeded over to the state on paper. Okay， 5年他真的没有付税的话，他纸张上面呢，这个房子就归州政府的了。Okay， former owner may now redeem property only if the state has not sold the property at auction. Okay， 屋主还有时间去赎房子回来，如果州政府还没拍卖他的房子。Okay， so here's the timetable, right? June 8th, delinquent tax list published after no payment for 1 year. Okay， 1年之后他没有付税的话 ，right？ 他在黑名单里面 ，OK， 6月8号他在黑名单里面。June 30th, property sold to the state. OK， 当年的6月30号 ，right？ 在纸张上面 ，OK， 这个房子已经归州政府的了 ，OK。You know, 5-year redemption period. Yeah, 5 years, right? 5年去赎这个房子回来。Unredeemed property now deeded to the state. OK， 你真的没有付5年的话 ，right？ 这个产权就归州政府的了。County tax collector published notice of intent to sell. 他就宣布我有拍卖你的房子了 ，OK？Public auction tax sale for cash， 然后他真的拍卖完之后呢，这个买主就是有这个 tax deed 税单的产权证 ，OK？So this is what the buyer gets， OK？ 买主就是收到税局的产权证 ，OK？ Alright, sell to the public. Delinquent property sold by the county tax collector. Okay. Property sold to other taxing agency or to highest bidder for cash. Okay. 它就是拍卖了 ，right？ 谁标的最高价，他卖给谁。Purchaser receive a tax deed. 买主就是有这个税局的产权证，叫 tax deed。Let's talk about special assessments. OK， 这个特别的税。Typically, this is for new development. OK， 这种税特别的税就是给新区了。OK， 因为 they have to build roads, right? And then street lights, right? And then a park, okay? Things like that, okay? 因为新区里面呢，你又建什么街道啊，来灯啊，来公园啊等等，来有钱的 ，okay? So all this takes money, okay? So they have to pay back with special assessment tax. So this levy by the city or county supervisor or by the voters themselves, requiring the cost of specific local improvements such as streets, sewer, irrigation, drainage to be assessed to the properties which benefit from them. OK， 你在这个区里面那个房子 ，OK， 你用上新的街道来排水管子，来蓄水道等等的，来灯 ，OK， 公园 ，OK， 学校，来你就要付这个税 ，OK。It includes, schools, community stuff like parks, tennis courts, stuff like that. Okay. All right. Street Improvement Act of 1911. Way back, right? They have this law also to improve the streets and the sewer construction, right? However, they cannot use this act to purchase land for subdividing. Okay. 他1911年已经有这个法律了 ，right？ 这是开发这个街道 ，right？ 跟排水的管子等等 ，OK？ 它规划嘛 ，right？ 但是呢，这个法律不给你来买地跟这个分割地皮的来用 ，OK？ Okay, Melrose Community Facility Act. Okay, Melrose is municipal bonds rather than money come from the city. Okay, so this is a different way of paying it. Okay, paying for the improvements. Okay， 这是另外一种方式来付这个税。Right， 他用这个债券来卖这个债券，筹备钱。OK， 投资人呢都有回报嘛，来所以他也是抽这个税来付这个投资人他们。OK，Alright， so it's good for what? Street, sewer, and other infrastructure needs to be before the housing development is built. Okay, so that's why they call it the Melrose. Okay， 这种特别的税也是 the Melrose， 这是不同的方式来付了 ，OK， 付给谁出钱就谁拿到这个税嘛 ，right？ 他有个回报 ，right？ Alright, documentary transfer tax, OK， 就是纸张的转让费用。So a tax that is applied to the consideration paid or money borrowed when transferring property, except for the remaining loans or liens on the property. Okay. So for every $500, right, they charge you 55 cents. 每500块，他就收你5毛5。Okay. Charged to the seller as part of the escrow. Okay. 他卖房子，他要付这个费。Okay. 转让费。In most cities, the county collects the tax and give half to the city. 有时候呢，抗地政府收这个税就给一半给城市了。Okay. So give example, if the house was sold for 230 and the buyer assumed the old loan of 30,000, the documentary tax will be 220. Only 200 is the new money and is taxable. Okay. 他给我们那个例子 ，OK， 他卖的房子是23万，但是呢，他3万块是以前的贷款，所以这个以前的东西他不算 ，OK， 他以前这个屋主就已经付了这个税了，哎，所以他不算这个3万块在里面，因为3万块是以前这个卖主的3万块他已经付了 ，OK， 付过了。The documentary transfer tax will be 220，OK， 他省下来是20万，20万你除500，OK， 那乘5毛5，这是220块。Okay, everybody gets that, right? Okay, which is not much, a couple $100. All right, city transfer tax. Okay, that was county. Okay, now it's city, right? The city of Los Angeles initiate a transfer tax to be paid by seller when a property is sold. The current charge is $4.50 per 1,000 of selling price. Okay, so in the following, the previous example, right? So it's 200,000, right, times $4.50. Okay, which is pretty hefty. Okay, 200 times 450, $900 paid to the city. Okay. 这个洛杉矶呢，它每1000块，它charge你4块5 ，OK。所以呢，刚才我们那个20万就是200嘛，来乘4块5就是900块。Alright, gift and estate taxes， 礼物跟那个遗产那个税 ，OK。Alright, federal gift taxes. Charge on gift exceeding 14,000, annual exemption per donee. Okay. One second. Hello. Hello. Okay.
本来跟你约了下个礼拜，哦，对不起，下个礼拜，我以为是这个礼拜。
Okay, sorry about the interruption. We got 2 students who's going to take the test, okay? Okay, so charge on gift exceeding, right? 14,000 annual exemption per donee. Okay, so anything below 14,000 is exempt. Okay, Anything over, then they charge you the gift tax. Okay. Donor. Who's the donor? The person or person giving the property. Donee is the person receiving the gift of the property. Okay. 他说联邦政府这个礼物税 ，OK， 如果你超过14000以上的，你要付税 ，OK， 你比如说你只有给13000，就不需要付这个税 ，OK， 那个超过这个14000的范围就有付了 ，OK，donor，OK， 给礼物的人叫 donor， 收礼物的人叫 donee， 这个要记住 ，OK。Okay, federal estate taxes， 联邦政府的遗产的税 ，OK。A tax return must be filed for estate of every deceased resident of the United States whose gross estate exceeds $4.9 million in value at the date of death. OK， 一个死亡者，他的财产 ，OK， 这个不动产 ，OK， 超过490万的话，来，他有报税。要付税 ，OK， 所以刚才我们说的 ，right，death and taxes，right， 你有些人死了之后还要付税 ，OK，so you cannot escape death and taxes，OK， some people die, they still have to pay taxes because if their estate, okay, is more than $4.9 million in value at the time of death, they have to file, they must file a tax return. Okay? And if they owe taxes on that, they have to pay. Okay? 他超过这个额度，他就必须有报税。OK， 他的后人帮他报税。OK。Alright, there is no California state inheritance or gift tax. OK， 加州政府 OK 没有 gift or inheritance tax. OK， hooray， yippee。OK， 所以加州政府就没有这种税。OK， Alright, state and federal income taxes， 这个是收入的税。California has both state and federal income taxes, which ranks us among the most taxed people in the United States. OK， 加州呢，它有联邦政府跟州政府的收入的税，所以呢，两个政府，联邦政府跟州政府都抽这个税，所以我们付税是蛮重的。OK， 纽约也是 ，OK， 纽约也是 ，OK。New York is the same, okay? It's very high tax. New York, if you live in New York City, there's a triple whammy too, okay? You have the Fed, you have New York, and then you have New York City. Okay? So they're very taxed to the hilt, okay? 他们付税很重的 okay? Alright, taxes and personal residence. Okay. 自己的房楼 okay? Interest deduction you could get, okay? Sale of your residence, they have a law against that. Exchanges, 怎么去交换? Installment sale, you pay it in installment. And of course, you could also, we'll talk about claiming the depreciation, okay? So let's see how everything works out in detail. Okay, one of the major tax advantages of owning real estate, right? Okay，为什么你有不动产 ？OK， 有房楼 ，OK， 这是税的方面。When buying these homes, you may finance up to $1 million, okay, with all interest paid out during the year is fully taxable. Okay， 什么意思？你贷款的100万的利息可以抵税，超过100万的贷款就没有了。One second. Hello? Hello? Yes, hello? What's the address, please? Marcel? Montana? Yeah, that's rented out already. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, so the $1 million loan portion you could deduct. Okay, anything above that, let's say you have a $2 million loan, okay, and you pay taxes roughly about 60K, right? Okay, for 1 million. Okay, so this is times 2, so 120K. Okay, and for $1 million loan, right, is 60K. So what do they mean? That means you could only, if you take out a $2 million loan, you pay 120. They only allow you 60K, up to 1 million only. That's what it means, okay? 他们就是说，如果你自己的房子 ，OK， 你借200万 ，OK， 总共你付出去这个利息，譬如说是12万 ，OK， 你不可以抵12万 ，OK， 你只能抵它的一半，这是100万的贷款的利息是6万块 ，OK， that's what it means. An additional deduction is available on interest from home equity loans taken by any purpose, even buying a second home of up to $100,000 in principal. OK， 其他的你可以加上去的话 ，right， 就是其他的贷款 ，OK， 到10万块。So if you have equity loan, right, the most you could take out is 1.1 million total. All the interest generated, okay, you could deduct. That's what it means. Okay, but typically, you know, why they do that, right? I mean, most people don't have $1 million loan. Okay, it's getting up there, right? But most people don't, right? Most people have 300K to 600K loans. Okay, so you get $1 million loan or $2 million loan, you have a mansion, or you have the income, so they don't allow them to take any more deduction beyond that. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, 所以你有这个能力 ，right， 可以借到200万的话 ，right， 他就说 ，OK， 很多人借款就是30万到60万 ，right， 你有钱嘛，所以超过这个范围的话，你又不给你抵税 ，OK， 这是这个意思。Alright, deduction of property taxes. Okay. So you could deduct your first and your second home. Okay. Second home, what does that mean? Okay. The distance between it, okay, has to be 50 miles. Okay. 如果你有两个家 ，OK， 两个房楼 ，A 跟 B 的距离要50英里之外 这可以讲你是第二个站 ，OK， first, second, okay. It has to be greater than 50 miles. You call it your second home, okay? Your vacation home, whatever, okay? So if you don't, then you cannot, okay, claim it as a second home. You could only take one property tax deduction, your main home, okay? Alright, so that's good for property taxes. Deduction of prepayment penalties. Okay, if you pay the bank back early, right? They give you a penalty. That penalty amount, you could deduct the tax. Okay, these are tax deductible. Okay， 譬如说你找付清这个贷款 ，right？ 但是银行罚款罚你，这个罚金的话，你可以抵税的。OK， 为什么？这个银行赚走这个钱呢？哎，就是银行要付这个税，你呢就可以抵税。Alright, sell your residence. Okay, here's a little bit confusing for a lot of people. Okay, if a person sells a residence at a profit, okay, but buys a more expensive residence within 2 years, before or after, okay, no income tax is owed on a gain at that time. Okay, 所以你每2年你可以做一次。Okay, every 2 years you could do this. Okay, what's the gain? Capital gain, $250,000 for single and $500 for couple, married couple. Okay, 单身的话你有25万的额度， OK， 结婚的你有50万的额度。Okay, must buy another residence to avoid taxes. Can only be used once every 2 years. Okay， 你必须要后面的话 ，right？ 你有买房子 ，OK？ 你不可以放那个赚完那个25万放到口袋，不买房子，不丢这个钱回去 ，OK？ 每2年你就可以这样去来做 ，OK？ 所以你可以累积 ，OK？ 你赚到这个钱 ，OK？ 但是这个东西呢是只有寄住屋哦 ，OK？ 不是投资屋 ，OK？ 你寄住屋就有这个优惠 ，OK？ 每2年你赚那个钱不超过这个这个额度的话，就免税了 ，OK？ 就是这个意思。所以他鼓励你 ，OK？ upgrade and upgrade，OK？ 升级上去 ，OK？ Alright, taxes for income producing properties. OK， 投资房这个税怎么处理呢？ Okay, investors can annually deduct. OK， 如果你是投资人的话，你可以抵税，抵什么税 ？Mortgage interest on loan, no maximum. OK， 所有的利息，贷款的利息都可以抵税，没有限制的。OK， 因为你是投资。你记住的话，这是1 million 嘛 ，right？ And then plus 1.1, right? Maximum. Okay. Property taxes 所有的房产的税可以抵出来。Prepayment penalty, OK， 你早付款的罚金也是可以抵出来。加上 operating expenses, OK， 你经营这个租房这个生意的费用也是可以抵出来。Also, you could deduct the depreciation of improvement, okay, using a 25 years or 31-year basis. Okay， 这是讲究这方面的帮助投资人 ，OK， 去抵税。但是你卖这个投资房之后呢，这一部分你又退回去了 ，OK， 这个讲究这个。 抵税的这部分你要退回去 ，OK？ 你卖房的时候。Okay, so when you sell the home, right, the depreciation that you gain, you have to give it back. Okay, so that's to help you to invest. Okay, but you don't invest, you sell that property, then all of the depreciation that you have gained in terms of taxes, right, you have to pay them back. Okay, just initially to help you to invest. All right, depreciation of a business property. Okay, annual tax deduction based on wear, tear, and obsolescence of the investment property. Okay, does not apply to personal residence. Okay, 记住 no good. Okay, okay. For owner-occupied residence, no depreciation. Okay, depreciation is deducted only from the cost of the building and improvements. 只有房楼这方面 okay. Taxes will probably have to be paid on this deduction when the property is sold. Okay, so it's just you have to pay them back, right? Whatever that you deducted, okay, when you're investing. So when you sell it, you're not investing anymore. You have to pay that tax back, okay? All right, advantages of the sell leaseback, okay? How does that work, okay? You sold it, okay, then you lease it back. So let's say you sold it for your warehouse, right? You sold it for $5 million. Okay, and you lease it back for 2 years or 3 years, right? 3 years, that's the standard commercial lease, right? Okay. 你卖了你的仓库500万 ，OK， 然后你回租3年 ，OK， 然后500万的仓库大概是2万方尺左右吧 ，OK， 你就算 ，OK， 2万块1年1个月 ，OK， 就是12个月 ，OK， 长了3年 ，OK。So your rent is $720,000, okay? So let's say you bought it at 3 million, you sold it for 5, right? So you make 2 million, right? You have to pay taxes on the 2 million. But if you lease back, right, you minus the 720, right? So you only have to pay taxes on 1.28 million, not the 2 million, okay? Because this lease payment is also going to the buyer, okay? 所以你卖回租回来的话，你的税就低一半了 ，OK， 差不多 ，OK， 因为你付这个租金出去嘛 ，OK， 你就没有赚这么多了 ，OK。So all lease payment can be deducted from income taxes and owner receive cash for the building. Okay. The buyer, right? The purchase price can be used as a new basis for depreciation and establish a new depreciation schedule. Okay. 他们的买主有好处 ，right？ 他马上有涨售的部分去抵出去了 ，OK。So sell the property, capital assets. Okay, so how do you calculate? How does IRS figure how much tax that you're gonna pay? Right? Capital gains, tax at lower rate than ordinary income. Okay, capital losses can be deducted from capital gains. So you could have capital loss, you could carry up to 3 years. Okay. 你亏本的东西，你可以累积3年上去 ，OK？ 你赢的，你赚到这个盈利的话 ，right？ 这类的，赚钱，你的税金就小很多了，不是普通的收入 ，OK？ 因为它是长期嘛 ，right？OK？ 长期的收入，就税就小 Okay. All right, federal income tax rates. Okay. These are progressive taxes, meaning what? Taxes where the rates increase as the amount to be taxed increases. Okay. So the more you make, the higher your tax rate is. Okay, because you could afford it, right? So you pay zero tax, or you pay 10%, you pay 15%, you 20%, 30%, 35%, okay, or 45%, or 50%, or 55%. Okay, so people who make lots of money, they half of it is taxes, right? So they have to figure a way to deduct the taxes. Okay, so sometimes it's very strange, right? You see a plaza or a building that is empty, right? So how, that's a stupid owner, right? How come they don't rent it out and get, okay? Because this is the tax deduction, okay? Tax deduction, okay? Because they make too much money, okay? They need tax deduction to defray the tax, so they don't pay as much tax, okay? That's why they let it bleed, okay? And then they get tax deduction. There's always a reason for it, right? OK，所以呢，你看它的税额这个零，OK，10%、15、20、25、30、35、45、50、55，OK，你越赚的多钱，你的税越重。OK，有时候你傻了，你看到一个仓库还是一个办公楼，很好的，空的，怎么回事？这个屋是不是傻了？不傻，他们呢用这个东西来抵税。哎，他说，哎，我亏了，我这边我亏钱了，哎，所以呢，我这个税就不用付这么多了。Okay. Marginal tax rate, the rate that the next dollar puts you. Okay, so depending on what bracket you are, because 55% you're there, right? Okay, so this breakpoint here, that's what they call the marginal tax rate. If you go over, you're in this tax bracket, right? You go over this, you're in this tax bracket, okay? 所以呢，他看你赚钱的额度，你越高的话，它的税就越高，OK？但是你在边边这边的话，差1块钱，你就跳到另外的额度了，OK？Alright, regressive tax. Use the same rate, no matter how much is spent or earned. Okay, sales tax is an example of regressive tax. 你买东西，不管你买一个汉堡，right， 还是一台汽车，right， 这个税 sales tax 就是一样。Okay， 这种税就是叫 regressive tax。它是这个额度 ，OK， 它不管你小还是多，一样的比例，OK， 要付这个税。Alright, accounting for the sale of real estate. Okay, so let's look at how do we do the accounting. So how does the IRS figure this out? Okay, so let's look at how they calculate it. 我们看看那个例子，它怎么算这个税 ？Okay.Cost basis, your purchase price, okay? 你买回来是50万 so you bought the building for $500,000, okay? So you improve it with 200,000, so you totally spend $700,000, okay? And depreciation tax record, okay? 涨租这部分你抵出来3万块 so your adjusted cost base will be 669,800. OK， 你真的花那个钱出去的话，它应科是66万9800块。OK， And then what? And then you sold it for $1 million. Okay， 然后呢，你卖掉100万。Okay, sell expense, right, is what you make, right, your commission. 你的佣金啦，这部分，adjusted sell price，OK， 它减掉它的费用，它拿到手里是96万7 ，OK， and then they minus, right, what they pay for, right, okay, so the actual gain they have is 297,700， OK， 它减掉 ，right， 它这个投资 ，OK， 669,800的话，它赚到29万700块，然后呢，它就付这个税 ，using that number，OK， in tax. So this is the gain, and they tax you on the gain amount. Okay, so that's how they do that. So if you look at this, right, depreciation plays a role in there, right? And then of course, when you sell it, right, your expense makes a big difference, okay? All right, installment sales and exchanges. Okay, extend the sale payment on the property over more than 1 calendar year, right? Gains do not all fall in one tax year. This could keep the person's tax rate low. How is that established? Okay, so this is the timeline, right? Let's say, you know, you sell your White House $5 million, right? Okay, so this is 2020. Okay, you don't take the whole thing here, right? You say, okay, pay me half, right? 2.5. And then when it comes around in 2021, okay, let's say January, right? You pay me the other half, 2.5. So now it's spread over 2 years, right? 2020 and 2021. So I pay tax on here, I pay tax on here. So it's lower, right? If I don't do this, I will have to use $5 million, right? That's my figure. Okay. So they split the income, right, to 2 years, 2 different tax years. So effectively they lower the rate, okay? They lower the tax rate if they fall into that category, right? Okay, so instead of paying over here, right, they may pay over here. Okay, so that's how they adjust, okay, to do that. 所以呢，他为什么分开来付 ，right installment？ 他本来2020年他卖他的仓库是500万嘛 ，right？ 如果他不做这个动作的话，他有付这个税金啊。他说 ，OK， 我2020年我付你一半，2021年你付我另外一半，所以呢，他可能那个额度都达到这边了，所以他的税就低了。OK， 所以250万。OK， 2020年 ，OK， 在2021年也就250万，不是一下子是500万，飙上去了 ，right？ Alright, exchanges tax defer, okay? So you have a 1031 exchange. 你可以交换，交换是引起这个税了 ，OK？ 你赚到这部分的税，你丢回去投资，它就不抽你这个税 ，OK？ 它让你去继续投资 ，OK？ An exchange is transfer of real estate where one property is traded for another. Okay. If it's an even trade, no capital gain will be charged. Okay. 如果你一模一样的交换的话，就没有生产的税啦，哎，还是你买回来的超过你以前的房楼也没有税。Okay. Any boots consideration given by one party in addition to the trade profit is entirely taxable and it constitutes a gain. Okay. 你掏出来，你真的放了口袋1分钱，他就打你1分钱的税。Okay. Exchanges are complicated and require careful accounting and legal guidance. Okay, so they do have 1031 exchange escrow companies. Okay, basically these are escrow companies. Okay, the money that is gone, okay, never given to the seller. Okay, and then when they buy back to exchange it, it comes out of the escrow company directly. Okay, so they don't touch the money. Okay, to be legit. Okay, 这个卖主他交换的话，他不碰这个钱的 ，OK， 他交给一个103亿的中介交易公司来操作 ，OK， 他这样子的话，他报告上去，联邦政府就准确的做法 ，OK， 因为通过他的手的话，就比较模糊了，这个联邦政府不知道，你这是套这个钱的不付税 Alright, we are now tax collectors. What do they mean by that? Okay. 这个是给外国人 Okay. It's for foreign nationals. Okay. Withholding, right? Taxes. Federal tax collection requirement. Okay. Person buying property from foreign investors are required to set aside 15%, not 10 anymore, okay, of the purchase price as a withholding for the Internal Revenue Service. Okay, withholding is kept to ensure that the foreign investor will pay taxes on the capital gain. 外国人的话，他控制不了，他跑了就跑了，他不付税就不付税，所以他先扣他的钱下来。Okay, both the buyer and the broker share liability. Okay, 买主要 make sure, 他把他这个钱扣下来。Okay. So residential property purchase for under 300,000 is exempt. Okay. 如果你的房楼的价位小于30万的话，就免了这个 withholding。Okay. 所以这不值得后这个，他有涨这个50万啊、100万啊、200万、300万，就变成很多这个税，它先扣住。Okay. 你该付的税你要付。Okay, 但是我先扣你15%。Okay. 州政府的话是3.3%，所以加起来的话，是18.33%的税要扣住。Okay. Withholding. Okay, so total for the state and federal government is 18.33%. Okay, state tax collection requirement exemption. Okay, state, see, 3.3. Okay, and their take is 100,000 or less, then is exempt. Okay, 税政府的话是3.3%，然后你房楼小于10万块，它就免那个动作了。Okay. Other taxes paid by brokers. OK， 这是我们那个 business license 了 ，OK， 市政府我们有个牌照 ，OK， 这是一种方式来收税的 ，OK。The tax against real estate brokerage firm based on the gross receipt. A nominal amount that usually starts about $100. Okay. Obviously, the more you make, the more you pay, right? Other city taxes may also include employee payroll taxes. Okay, talk about payroll taxes, right? If you pay $100 to your worker, okay, you're gonna end up paying $120, 20%, okay, for the taxes, right? Social Security, right? Workers' comp, unemployment insurance, everything, right? 20%. So being an employer is tough. Okay. All right. So this ends taxes. Okay. Obviously we try to avoid that, but taxes we have to pay. Okay. Now, next item, we're gonna do chapter 14. Okay. So let's take a 10-minute break, a longer break. Then we'll continue with chapter 14. All right. So let's break till 11 a.m. Okay. So on here we say break till 11 a.m. Okay, we're back. All right, let's talk about chapter 14. Okay, 我们回来了，这是章节14。So we talk about licensing, education, and association. 我们看怎么去拿这个牌照，教育这方面加上它的会 ，OK， 这个房产的会 ，OK。All right, California Bureau of Real Estate, CalBRE. They changed its name to California Bureau of Real Estate years ago, roughly about 5 years ago. Okay, from where? From Department of Real Estate. Okay. They want, the word bureau, meaning that is more powerful. Okay, like FBI. Okay, Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? Okay, but BRE, this portion here, a lot of company already have, BRE, right? Especially like commercial BRE. Okay, this is an old commercial company already, right? So they get it confused, right? So they put the prefix California, BRE. So a lot of people don't really like it. Okay. Now all the forms is getting back to Department of Real Estate. Okay. So just be aware that there was a name change. Okay. In the past. Now they are trending back to Department of Real Estate. Okay. Because it's tough to change years and years of habit. Bureau of Real Estate. Okay. 他以前5年前就改名字了 ，OK， 改为 Bureau of Real Estate， 很像 FBI 一样 ，right？ Federal Bureau of Investigation，OK， 名称看起来就比较强了 ，OK， 但是很多的，它有很多冲突了 ，OK， 就是有一个商业公司叫 CBRE，OK， 这样子的话 ，right？有很多的人都不想改，现在呢，他就改回去 Department of Real Estate，OK， 所以两边你都会看到 ，OK， Bureau of Real Estate 或 Department of Real Estate 都是一样 ，OK， 一样的部门 ，OK， 所以 don't be dumbfounded if you don't know one or the other, okay? So there's two names now, okay? Department of Real Estate and Bureau of Real Estate, they're the same thing. 都是一样的东西 okay? Alright, so CalBRE or DRE it's the same, okay? So the state regulatory agency for real estate in California. The purpose is to protect the public by enacting and enforcing laws relating to real estate, establishing requirements to salesperson and broker licenses. OK， 它管的哪一方面呢？就是关于房产这方面，所有加州政府的 ，OK， 所有加州的房产它管住，加上呢牌照 ，OK， 这个经纪人的跟broker 这个 license 就管住。Okay, so who heads up this department or this bureau? It's called Real Estate Commissioner. Okay, so here's the chief executive for the Bureau of Real Estate appointed by the governor. Okay. 州长 governor right 指挥谁做这个位置的 ，OK， 他管住 OK 这个加州所有的房产的公司 ，OK， 关于这个牌照啊、税啊 ，right， 人家抱怨啊 ，right， 这个分割地皮啊，都是他们管住 ，OK， so everything and anything to do with real estate, okay, licensing, subdivisions, licensees complain, any and everything, okay, that deal with real estate. They have jurisdiction over, okay? Okay, so what is the requirement to get a license? Okay, so that's why you're here for, right, for the class. So, let's look at the requirements, okay? 你拿牌照需要什么东西呢？你上这个课 ，OK， 这是一部分的要求 ，OK。So a license is required for anyone actively involved in real estate transaction at the service of another and expectation of receiving a commission. OK， 他就说你有牌照的话 ，OK， 你就帮人家去交易房产的东西，然后加上呢，你会有一个回报 ，OK， 就是佣金这方面 ，OK。如果你不拿佣金等等的，你的帮朋友可以的 ，OK， 但是你收到1毛钱，然后你交易房产的话，没有牌照就不行了 ，OK。You must have a license to receive any compensation for any work done for real estate. Okay, who must have a license? 谁必须要有的 license? Okay, if you sell or offer to sell, buy, offer to buy, or solicit buyer or sellers. Okay, 你帮人家买卖房子就需要 Okay, solicit or obtain listing. Okay, 你叫屋主签了协议帮他卖房子，代表他 Okay, 也是需要 license. Negotiate the purchase, sale, and exchange of real property or business opportunities. Okay, 买卖房子、交换房子 ，OK， 买卖生意都有 license。Okay. Leases or rents, collect rent, negotiate the sale and purchase or exchange of leases. 租房子、收房租 ，OK， 然后呢，交换这个租房的协议 ，OK， 也是需要 license。Okay, assist in purchase of leases of land owned by the state or federal government. Okay, 租地 ，OK， 地皮租地皮，州政府的还是联邦政府的地皮，你帮他租 ，OK， 也是要 license. Negotiate loans, collect payment, and perform services borrower or lender. Okay, 这个是另外的 license， 对 MLO。OK， 你做贷款的，帮人家收这个贷款的 payment，OK， 其他的服务 ，OK， 给借款者还是给银行的，都需要这个 license。Alright, any person found to be involved in such action without a license may be guilty of breaking the real estate law, under which stiff penalties can be imposed. Okay, 如果你没有 license 你做这种关于房产的动作 ，OK， 你呢就犯规了，犯规的话它有很严重的惩罚 ，OK。So what are the stiff penalties? One, up to $250,000 in fine. to 5 years in a can prison. Okay, free housing, free food. Okay, for 5 years, but you have to pay. Okay, or both. Okay，他怎么罚？罚你的收钱的人 ，OK， 没有 license。OK， 他可以罚到你25万的赔偿，OK， 加上5年坐牢，OK， 他这2样都有，OK， 很严重的，OK， 所以小心 ，OK， 你不用做任何的房产的交易 ，OK， 你没有牌照。Okay, when a license is not required, okay， 什么情况你不需要这个牌照呢？ The following people, because of nature of the work, are exempt from licensing regulations. Okay, employee of lending institution, 你帮银行打工的，你不需要 license. Okay, lender makes federally insured guarantee loans. Okay， 你的这个银行，是联邦政府担保的，做这种贷款。OK，certain agriculture association。有些农业的会 ，OK， 帮人家弄那个农业的地皮等等 ，OK， 也不需要。Licensed personal property brokers，OK， 你买卖私人财产的公司 ，OK， 这不是不动产嘛，所以 OK。Cemetery authority， 墓地的 ，OK， 它这是用公司的 license 了 ，OK。Collectors of loan made on real estate， OK， 这是收债户的 ，OK， 他欠那个 payment，OK， 你就追求他这个就不需要，因为他不是银行嘛，那追债的公司就不需要 ，OK。Certain clerical help，OK， 这是助理帮他做事的 ，OK， 这个纸张啊，怎么说呢 ？Handing out flyers, right? Typing up, things, right? And certain clerical stuff, okay? Menial stuff, okay? Not related to the transaction, okay? 它不是交易这方面的纸张 ，OK？ 比如说宣传单啊，等等的东西，它可以帮你 ，OK？ Alright, person who is not real estate person or broker, okay, may solicit for sale of property according to section 10(1)(3)(3), okay, as long as he or she is, okay， 还有 ，OK， 你没有牌照，你可以做房产的交易。如果你是 owner， 你是屋主，你自己可以买卖自己的房子。You can buy and sell your own home without a license, right? Because you're the owner. Holding power of attorney for the owner. 委托书 ，you have power of attorney, special power of attorney for the owner. OK， 你有委托书帮屋主去做事，没问题。An attorney at law acting on behalf of the owner. 律师，律师的牌照可以做房产的，所以他免了，不用另外拿个牌照。Okay, a law license could do real estate, so they don't have to get real estate license, right? Because their license cover real estate. A receiver or court appointee, okay, like in a probate, right? The administrator, okay, or administrators, okay, they don't need a license because they are appointed by the court, okay. 法庭指挥代表人 ，OK， 去做买卖房产的 ，OK， 跟审判房产的时候 ，OK， 他们不需要 license。A trustee selling under the deed of trust，OK， 这个操作人帮银行去拍卖房子不需要牌照 ，OK。所以 remember these are the exceptions，OK，你要记住 这种人员呢就不需要 license 了 ，OK。Alright, obtaining the 4-year salesperson license, OK。房地产这个牌照是4年的 ，OK， 每4年有更新。So it's available to any applicant who can meet the requirement, OK。什么人都可以去拿这个牌照 ，OK， 如果他有这个符合这些要求的话 ，You must be 18 plus， 18岁以上 ，OK。There is no age restriction for taking the exam. You could take the exam at 16, but you're not gonna get the license until you're 18. OK， 你可以16岁去考试，但是他不会给你 license， 等到你18岁之后 ，OK。Provide proof of legal presence in the United States. Okay, before you need to be green card or citizen. Okay, no more. If you have a working social number now, you could get a license. Okay. 以前呢，你要绿卡还是公民就可以拿到这个牌照，现在不需要，你有一个可以工作的社会安全号，你就可以拿牌照 ，OK？You have to be honest and truthful, OK？ 有真诚的，不是去诈骗客人的。Successful completion of the following college level courses required. 要修3门课 ，3 courses, OK？ Real estate principle. That's what we're lecturing on right now. And real estate practice, okay? And also lecturing right now because I also show you how to do the business, okay? And one additional CalBRE or DRE approved real estate course, okay? Right now we're doing finance, okay? Which we're lecturing right now with the principles, how to get real estate loans, okay? 还有上面的3门课 ，OK， 基本的常识是 principle，practice 怎么去操作房产的生意，加上呢，怎么去做房产的贷款 ，OK， 我们有这3门课 ，3 courses。And after you complete the course, you have to take a test, okay, 100 questions each, and you have to get 60% right. And it's open book. OK， 你上完这3门课之后 ，OK， 100题，每一门课100题，你有60分过，然后可以看书的 ，OK， 还可以看手机、看网上 ，OK， 找你的答案 ，OK， 所以60分很简单就拿到你们的 certificate 这个证书 ，OK， the certs。OK，so that's the school requirement, OK， 这个是学校的要求。So we're doing real estate finance, okay, the principle and practice, those 3 courses, okay， 那3门课基本的常识 ，OK， 怎么去操作，加上贷款的课。Okay, Department of Real Estate and Electronic Exam. Okay, and they only have a testing facility in the city of La Palma. Okay, 考试的地点是在 La Palma 的城市。It's located on 91, and it's between 6:05 and 5. Okay, so it's very close to Knott's Berry Farm. Okay, La Palma. The other facility that you could go to is to the north, Sacramento. Okay, the capital, way up there, okay? Or down below, you go to San Diego. OK， 其他2个点你可以去考试的话，这是在我们北加州这边 ，OK， 这是加州政府的首都 Sacramento，OK， 还是南边的，你又到这个 downtown 这个 San Diego 圣地亚哥这边 ，OK， 我们最靠近就是这个 La Palma 的 ，OK。Alright, 4-year salesperson license, regular renewable license, okay? Again, they're repeating, okay? You have to finish 3 courses, principal, practice, and we pick finance, okay? Some school they pick law, but law is included in the principal, okay? So, but finance is most important because without finance, you're not gonna, do any transaction, okay? 99% of the transaction out there, you need loan, right? People have to get loans, so you have to understand loan. So that's why our school pick finance. You have to pass after you get your 3 certs. You apply, okay, and then you pass the test, okay. There is 150 questions. You have to get 70% to pass. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more detail on that later. Pay the necessary fees. Okay, what are the fees? The licensing fee is $245 for the 4 years. $60 for the exam fees. Okay, about $65 for the fingerprint. They call it the live scan. OK， 所以付什么费用呢？4年的牌照是245块 ，OK， 考试费60块 ，OK， 这个 those two add up to 305. That you have to pay to the state, okay, Department of Real Estate. OK， 额外的你又打指模 live scan， OK， 65块 ，OK， 所以就340块左右了 ，OK。And they talk about a salesperson examination, right? 考试 ，OK， 你必须要有70分 ，OK， 它是3个钟头15分钟的考试，有150题选择题 ，OK。A non-refundable fee to take the test, which is $60. Okay. Calculators are available on computer, on-screen calculator, right? 计算机它不给你的，以前它给你小小的计算机，现在呢就是在电脑里面，荧幕里面这个 on-screen 计算机 ，OK， so this is on-screen. No more calculators, okay? An examinee, that's you, right, must present a picture ID, photo ID, and printed test date notice. Okay, the ID must match your name. Name match, very important. Okay, when you apply, please use your ID full name. Okay, if you have a different name, they don't let you in. Remember that. Okay. 你考试正确的时候，你又给他看你的 ID， 就是家教了 ，OK， 这个名字又跟这个考试这个经书 ，OK， 有同样的，他们在里面考试。
那我能用电脑吗？
对，你可以用Wendy的 ，OK， 或 Gordon 的 ，OK。OK， 所以这个名字要注意一下 ，OK， 你申请表的名字跟你 ID 要 match，OK， if it doesn't match your driver's license, use your passport, okay? Use something with a picture ID that will match the name. If it doesn't match, they won't let you in, okay? 他们这个名字要对上， 不对上的话，
他说完了。
应该是Wendy。OK， 所以呢，名字要注意一些 ，OK， printed test date notice. This is your ticket. They call it a ticket. Okay, so when you schedule, okay, you're gonna get a ticket and a parking permit. Okay，你去安排考试的时候呢，你必须要打印两样东西出来。Okay，print out your ticket and your parking permit. Okay, when you schedule your exam. 你打出来你的考试卷 ，OK， 加上了停车的牌照 ，OK。If you don't have your parking permit, they're gonna tow your car away, okay? So you have to be careful, okay? Alright, notification of exam results, okay? Typically at the end of the exam, you say finish, okay? And you walk up to the front, they have the results for you right there, okay? 你考试完之后呢，你完成之后，你按这个完成这个键，你到前台这边呢，它就给你这个效果 ，OK。You may apply for a re-examination. If you fail, okay, they tell you what area that you fell, okay, and then you know what the percentage is, okay. Most students they miss, a few points, right? 5 points, 10 points, or even 1 point, okay. 很多学生不过的话，他可能错误10题5题，有些是1题1、2题 ，OK， 所以下周呢，我们会给你一个 crash course， 教你怎么提高20分 ，OK。There is no limitation to the number of re-examination you may take, okay, during the 2-year period following the day of filing the original application, okay. So now it takes longer, right? It takes like typically 2 months to apply, so you only get 22 months, right? Now it's taking twice as much, right? 4 months, 6 months, right? So you get less, right? You get 20 and sometimes only 18 months to take it, okay? 他说你递申请表上去这个日期有2年内 ，OK， 但是他操作这个东西 ，OK， 只有2个月啊，所以你就22个月来考试，哎，现在疫情之中呢，它增加了到4个月、6个月都有可能 ，OK， 所以你只能有18个月到20个月来考试 ，OK。Alright, electronic fingerprint. 打指模 ，OK. Active license fee, $245. A live scan set of your fingerprints, $65. Okay. And you have to fill out a form upon application. You could go to any live scan service. Okay, they're all over the place, okay? Just Google it, okay? There should be one in your neighborhood. Okay, but in terms of the amount, they vary, okay? Some they charge you 60, 65, 70, 75, okay? So shop around, okay? 你 Google 一下这个 live scan service, okay? 你附近应该有的了 ，okay? 但是价位的话，你有 shopping around, okay? List of provider of the live scan fingerprint is also available on the website, okay? But just Google it and it's a lot faster, okay? Alright, obtaining the broker license. 你想做 broker 的话 ，OK， 这是要等2年的，因为你有2年的经验。So what is required for a broker? Okay, a little bit more plus 2 years experience. Okay, again you have to be 18, 18岁 but that's a misnomer. Okay, because you cannot be 18 and be a broker. Okay, so you need to be 18 okay, plus 2 years of working experience. So that means to take the broker test, you're age 20 already, okay? Okay. So this is a little bit wrong, okay? Provide proof of legal presence, okay? You don't need that anymore. You need social security number, okay? 你只有工作的社会安全号就 OK 了。If you're not residents, right? You need another form, okay? 你不住的在加州的话，你有另外的表格 ，okay? You have 2 years, okay? 2 years experience, okay? In the last 5 years, okay? Or bachelor degree in a major and minor, okay? This used to be true, no more, okay? Okay, so that's why before you don't need the 2 year experience. You could be 18, you know, if you have the schooling, right? But typically for a bachelor degree, you're at age 22 already, okay? So it's a discrepancy there, okay? Complete the requirement of 8 courses, okay? You did 3 already, so you're adding 5 more. 总共是8门课 ，OK？ 你做 salesperson， 你已经修了3门课，所以你还要加5门课在里面 ，OK？ You have to be honest and truthful, okay? And pass the required examination, okay? A broker exam is 200 questions, okay? They give you 4 hours to do, and you need 75 to pass, okay? 他考你考200题，不是150题 ，OK？ 他给你4个钟头，然后呢就75分就过 ，OK？ The 4 hour is morning and afternoon session, okay? AM, PM. Okay, AM is 8 o'clock to 11, and then PM is 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, something like that, okay? 他早上跟下午的 ，okay? So during lunch, don't eat that much or else you're gonna fall asleep, okay? 中午餐你不用吃太多了啊，你就睡着了 ，okay? Okay, the 8 total course, right? Practice you done already. Principle is done. Finance is done, right? So you need to choose 5 more. So you could legal aspect, property management, escrow, mortgage loan, right? Appraisal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Other stuff you're interested in computer, right? Take that. But you just pick 5 more, okay? And then you get all your certificates ready, and then you apply. Okay, 你的修3门课已经做了 ，right？ 你就随便选5门课 ，OK？ 大部分呢就是法律这方面呢 ，right？ 怎么去管理房子，中间交易公司 ，right？ 怎么去做房屋贷款的银行 ，right？ 然后负债 ，right？ 等等 ，OK？ 好了，考试的比例 ，right？ 它考你什么东西 ，OK？ So it's pretty much all the same now, okay? See? Same. All the same. Before it's a little bit different, now it's the same, okay? Except for salesperson, you got 150 questions, okay? Broker, you have 200 questions, okay? You need 70 to pass. You need 75 to pass, okay? You have 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then you have 4 hours, okay? So that's the major difference, okay? So they heavily focus on the 25, okay? Practice of real estate and mandate disclosure. Okay, because you're gonna use your license, right? So how do you do the business, right? So uh, we throughout the course, right? We teach you how to do the business, okay? And next item is law of agency, right? Who do you represent and what your duties are, right? 你要怎么去代表买主还是卖主？OK，这边都比较细，OK。然后下来的就是 15, right? Property ownership and land use control and regulations. OK，怎么用上的地皮怎么去控制，然后法律这方面，OK，这个观察，OK。And then you have property valuation and analysis, right? 怎么去估价，OK？然后 contract, right? Sure，协议这方面，OK？所以大部分呢，这是主要的东西有知道，OK？Those are the majority of the stuff, okay? Financing, they have a little bit on it, and then property transfer, okay? Those are the least asked questions there, okay? But they're equally important, okay? Alright, renewal of licenses, right? Every 4 years you have to renew your license. And again, it's the same, okay? But if you're late, you have to pay a late fee, okay? 每4年你有更新的 license, right? 这个牌照费也是一样，245块 ，broker 是300块，然后你晚付，你就要付到367块了，OK？ 这是多超过100块哦，OK？122块，OK？ 这个呢150块，OK？ And then you have your continuing education CE, okay? 45 hours, okay? Typically, right now is $60, okay? Online course. Okay, you just follow along, right? Do all the modules, answer questions, quizzes, and then they give you a final exam, okay? But it's not, it's open book, okay? You can look at things and find the answers, okay? So it's very easy, okay? So don't worry about these hours, okay? You, everybody pass, okay? They just want you to keep up to date with the knowledge, okay? So you don't forget. 哎，这个45个钟头很简单，你读完他们那个资料就做了题啊，right 等等，所以这个东西不是正规的考试，right 你可以看书，OK， 他有资料给你去看的，所以每个人做都 pass，OK。Other real estate related licenses, right？ 其他的牌照，你就是 prepay rental listing service， 就是帮人家找房子的，付你费用去找租房的，OK？ 另外的话是 real property security dealer，OK？ 就是买卖这种房产的债券，OK？So selling real property security such as promissory notes and sales contract， OK？ 你买卖贷款的东西了，OK？ 所以你另外有需要的牌照，OK？ 所以很多人，这个不是太普遍了，OK？ 所以有很多人都没有这种 license，OK？ 好了 ，business opportunity brokerage，right？ 这个买卖生意也可以做的，OK？ 我们看看 ，OK？ You must have a real estate license to sell businesses to others. Okay. Selling business is what we call business opportunity, business ops. Okay, that's what they call in the industry. So, what is a business? Business is an establishment whose main purpose is the buying and selling of goods or performance of services with the intention of making a profit, right？ 一个公司它就去赚钱嘛 ，right？ 这个生意你可以卖出去的 ，OK？ So what is involved in selling of a business, right? Real property, sell or lease. 房楼的话 ，right？ 它也可以在里面买卖的，有时候很多时候这是租的。OK， 这个租约你们也是要帮他 negotiate。Personal property， 他们的 equipment， right， 他们的设备。一个餐厅的话，炉头啊、冰箱啊等等 ，right， 一个办公楼的他们的电脑啊、厨房的东西桌子啊等等 ，OK。And goodwill is their customer list, right? Reputation and established sales. OK， 他们那个客人的名单呢 ，OK。所以你买一个生意，你得到所有的东西来去赚钱 ，OK。So a sell or lease of a business, including the goodwill of an existing business. 那包括他们的客人呢 ，right？ 一个没有客人的话就很难做了 ，right？Bulk sell，OK， 他们的货 ，OK， 跟设备也就是买卖给你的 ，OK。A bulk transfer is any sale of a substantial part of an inventory or other supplies or equipment associated with the business. OK， 这个货存这个货，加上了他们的设备 ，OK。Alright, Division 6 Uniform Commercial Code, Inventory Sales. Alright, so you cannot buy a business and you transact in 0 days. So here's some cash, sell me the business. No, it doesn't work that way, okay? 0 days, okay? You need at least 30 days to complete buying and selling a business, okay? Because they have to record, right? 12 business days prior to the transfer, they record the notice with the county's recorder office, right? Publish a notice in the newspaper or general circulation in the county or judicial district. 他们就通过报纸去宣布你买卖这个生意。12 days prior to the transfer, deliver notice by hand or just mail to the county tax collector. 还有报上去这个税局 ，right？Make sure 没有欠税 ，OK？ 等等 ，OK？ 所以马上交易的话不可能的事情了 ，OK？最起码是30天的时间去销售 ，at least 30 days to transact a buy-sell business, okay? California sales tax, that's for inventories and equipment. Okay, sales tax are imposed on sale of tangible personal property by retailers. Okay， 你买卖的货啊、设备也是有生产那个税的 ，OK， 所以要付这个税。Broker and salesmen who are involved in the sales business need to be familiar with the sales taxes. Okay. Some people they say, well, yeah, I discount the this is the goodwill, this is my, inventory and equipment, right? So typically people lower this value and up this value, okay? But it cannot be unreasonable and say that this is only $1, right? Okay, it has to be substantial, and even though at a discount because of its used equipment, etc., etc., etc. Okay, because one look at it is that you try to not to pay taxes, okay? Alright， 所以呢，这个范围你要注意 ，OK？ 设备跟这些货了 ，OK？ 你不可以压到最低，不可以讲这1块钱，来，人家不会相信你的 ，OK？ 这是 has to be reasonable， 有合理的价位 ，OK？ 你二手的东西有旧的东西，它还有一个价值在里面 ，OK？ 然后你就安排negotiate 这个 amount，这样子的话，你这个 tax 要付这个 tax。Okay, real estate law and regulations. And you have two sets of laws and regulations, okay? One is the California, the other one is the Department of Real Estate Commissioner, okay, DRE. Okay, 你有两组的法律，一个是州政府的，加州政府的，一个是加州房地产部门的法律 ，okay? And this is enforced by the commissioner, okay? And this is enforced by the state, okay, California. Enforcement of real estate law. Commissioner is responsible for enforcement of the provision of the real estate law. They may investigate action of any person engaged in real estate business or acting in capacity of licensee within the state. Okay? 他们管住所有的有牌照的经纪人 ，OK? They can revoke, restrict or suspend the license. OK? 他可以暂时停掉你的 license， 还是限制你的 license， 还是他取消你的 license。OK? They can deny license with the applicant does not meet the full requirement of the law. OK? 比如说你只有17岁 ，OK? No good, no license. OK? 等等 ，OK? 还是你did not pass, right? 69%. Okay, no good. Okay, or it did not have fingerprint. Okay, no fingerprint. Okay, 所以他管住这个牌照的方面，因为不过我年龄他不给你 ，OK， 你考不过这个试他也不给你，你没有打指模他也不给你 ，OK， 所以他的管住就是如果你犯规了 ，right， 你诈骗人家，人家就惩罚你，把你的 license 取消了 ，OK。Hearings and license violation，OK， 如果你犯规的话 ，right， 他也是有开会 ，right， 开庭听你这边的答案，然后他就决定要不要惩罚你 ，OK。They could appeal to the court，OK， 你可以上诉，如果你不满意他们那个判断 ，OK。Licenses，OK， three words you have to know，OK， they will test you on it， 他会考试考你的 ，OK， 这三个动词是什么意思 ？OK，suspend。Take away the license for a period of time temporarily. OK， 那暂时停掉你的 license. OK， 一段时间。Restrict is to limit the use of the license. 那限制你哪一方面你可以做，不可以做。OK，revoked 这是取消你的 license. Take away the license forever. OK， 永远性，也不是暂时性。OK。永远就不可以在加州做房产的生意了 ，OK。Other things， child support application，OK， 如果你要让小孩的话，他暂时给你150天的 license，OK， 来去赚钱去养小孩 ，OK。So they give you 150-day license so you can make funds and support a kid, okay? Alright, real common real estate law violation. Okay, what's the most common law? You practice real estate, okay, without a license. Okay, 你做房产的动作 ，OK， 销售动作等等，但是你没有牌照。最普遍的犯规就是这个 ，OK。So real estate licensee acting in a licensee capacity or real estate licensee not necessarily acting as a licensee. that means you're licensed, acting in a licensee capacity, right? But somewhere in there you defraud people, okay? And real estate licensee, right? Not necessarily acting as a licensee, okay? What does that mean? That means you have license, but you don't let people know that you have a license, okay? And you buy uh, real, real estate without disclosing that you're licensee, okay? 这个你有牌照，但是呢，你就不宣布你有牌照，你就跟人家是普通的交易，人家不知道你有 license，OK， 这个也是一个犯规的行为 ，OK。这个呢，就是你有牌照了，但是你里面操作的有问题 ，OK， 就是有诈骗的行为 ，OK。Regulations and commissioner. Okay, real estate commissioner have the force and effect of the law itself, okay. Produce factual law book entitled Real Estate Law and Regulations of the Real Estate Commissioner, which can be obtained from their office, okay, or the website, okay. 他在网上他有他这个法律的在里面 ，OK， 你可以参考 ，OK。Real Estate General Fund, okay, they collect all this money from the licenses. What do they do with them, okay? 他这个牌照费用，这笔钱他怎么去用上 ，okay? The General Fund, all the money that they take from here, okay, and this is the broker fee, right? All money collected from license fee and exams, right, and the $60, of course, goes into the real estate general fund. Okay, 80% is used to operating expenses. Okay, 它操作经营这个部门的 80% 的用上了。20% is set aside for what? 8% is education and research. 12% is for the recovery fund. Okay, 它从20% 抽8% 这教育这方面 ，OK， 12% 都是给经纪人用上的 ，OK， 怎么用呢？被告的情形 ，OK。Establish a payment for damages and arbitration awards to people who have suffered financial losses due to wrongful act of a licensee in a real estate transaction. OK， 他犯规了，人家告他了 ，right？ 他赔偿 ，OK？ 他从这笔钱赔偿出去 ，total liability for one transaction $50,000，OK？ 每一个案子是5万块额度。Total series of judgment against any individual licensee limited to $250,000，OK？ 总数额度就是25万一个牌照的经纪人 ，OK？ 但是这笔钱要还的 ，OK？ 不是免费给你用的 ，OK？ Trade and Professional Association, OK， 他们有这个会。So it's volunteer, okay? Non-profit organization make up independent firms in the same industry, okay? 这个自愿参加的 ，OK？ 你不是必须要有参加这种会。Local Real Estate Association, okay? MLS. That you need, okay, to do your business because you gotta find listings, find houses, find owners, etc. to do your job, right? So MLS, you need to participate. Okay, local MLS. Okay, the one that we use right now is Tri-County. Tri-Counties. They're located in Walnut and Chino. Okay, they have offices there. Okay. Okay, California Association of Realtor, CAR for short, okay? The state division is called the National Association of Realtor, called NAR, N-A-R, okay? So what are the purpose of these associations? To promote high standards, safeguard property buying, public, foster legislation and benefit protection for real estate field, okay? And cooperate in the economic growth and development of the state, okay? 他这个组织这个会 这是帮助我们经纪人呢 ，OK， 然后保护观众啊等等 ，OK， 然后保持这个行业了 ，OK。Most active successful licenses belong to CAR. Okay. Almost 99% of the licensee they join California Association of Realtor. Okay. 很多人他就是有这个参加 MLS，MLS 里面的费用就包括这个 CAR。OK， 你可以到这个 CAR.org 去看一看。OK， you could look at the website. Okay. And then we have the National Association of Realtors, which is NAR. Okay, this is the same except it's nationwide. Okay, so 这个跟 CAR 一样 ，California， 但是这个是全美的。Okay. Trade name, not only active member CAR are permitted to use the term realtor. Okay. 因为你用上 realtor 这个单词 ，OK， 你必须要是他们的会员。不是他们的会员的话，你不可以用 realtor 这个名称。Code of ethics, every member must swear to it. OK， 它有一个宣誓。OK， 就是要好像医生一样了。OK， 你做医生的时候，你的宣誓要保护他的病人等等。OK， 我们呢是保护我们的客户。OK， 跟那个行业。OK。Okay, Realtors Define, okay, is another organization and it's for African Americans, okay, 这是美国的黑人，他有这个会叫Realtors, okay， 他们也是一个组织，帮助他们的经纪人 ，okay。National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, okay, NAREP, okay， 这个是墨西哥的。OK, Spanish 这个他们的人种的会 OK， their mission statement to increase the Hispanic ownership rate by empowering the real estate professionals that serve Hispanic consumers. OK， 这个帮助所有的老墨这方面的话去买房子啊，然后帮他们的经纪人去做这个生意。Asian Real Estate Association of America, OK， 我们亚裔这个也有这个会 ，right？ 这是经纪人亚裔经纪人的有个会叫 Asian Real Estate Association of America, AREA，OK。好了 ，Other Association 其他的会 ，OK，American Broker Association, Savings and Loan Institution, Building Owner and Management Association, Mortgage Bank Association, National Association of Home Builders。National Association of Mutual Savings Bank, Prefabricated Home Manufacturing Institute, OK， 包括 Mobile Home, right? The Association for Mobile Homes, OK， 所以很多种类的 ，OK， 银行的也有 ，OK， 贷款银行的也有 ，OK， 进驻房子的有会 ，right？ 加上了 Mobile Home 这方面也有这个会。Also, Real Estate Instructor and Licensing Association. Okay, which I did not join. Okay, I may consider in the future. Okay, no affiliation is necessary. It is not required that licensee must be affiliated with any trade organization. Okay， 这个是自愿的东西，你想参加那个会你就参加，不参加也可以的。OK， 好了，今天我们到这里就停课了。OK， 我们讲完章子13跟14 ，OK， 下个礼拜我们会讲章子15，这是房地产的劝赎，加上呢我们重复帮你们补习，要教你们怎么去考试，很重要一课 ，OK， 所以下个礼拜不用跳过这个课 ，OK。So we finish with today chapter 13 and 14. Okay, next week we'll do chapter 15, which is real estate math plus review of all the chapters and a mini crash course teaching you how to take the test. Okay, so don't miss next week. Next week is very important module. Without that, you cannot you could pass the test, but it will help you with at least 20 points. Okay, so next week, um, make sure you're here and watch the live broadcast. Okay, so next week we do chapter 15. Okay, plus review. Okay, plus a mini crash course of how to take the exam. OK，好了，我们下个礼拜再会。OK，好，谢谢你们。So stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Okay. See you guys next week. Bye bye.